welcome to Let's Play Mega Man X2. So, like I said at the in the last game, well, in Mega Man X, I'm going to be using the PS2 version of Mega Man X Collection for this. Didn't really see much of a huge difference between the GameCube and the PS2 version of this, and since I already had the PS2 lying around, and, well, reasons, I went with this. I will be trying to use the PS2 version for this. The PS2 emulator has a slight bit of quirkiness with some of the sprite-based games. The X2, I had to switch to software emulation to get that to render properly. So if it becomes a problem, I may move back to the original versions of the games, but it shouldn't be a problem. I've at least gotten X2 to work by, like I said, switching to software emulation, and I have read that there are plugins that I can put into the emulator to change the filters and fix that if it's a problem in other games. So, moving on. Capcom. Figured I should go ahead and record this part, since, like I said, I'm using the Mega Man X collection. And since we just did Maverick Hunter X, I'm going to X2. And it is set to software mode, so that should work. Same as in the previous... Oh, also, I've said it a couple times now. Maverick Hunter X had very upgraded graphics, so we're back to the Super Nintendo era. Sorry, getting my headset volume back up. It's no fun if I can't hear the game. Probably should have been reading that, but now it's on the third thing, so... Whoops. Well, that looks familiar. Versus the X-Hunters. Gonna go ahead and say it's been many years, many years since I've played X2. I don't think that sound is supposed to still be playing. So we'll hope that fixes itself in a moment. Okay, there we go. Oh, no, now it's just starting a demo version. Let's see, game start. Okay. Start button. Didn't think to hit that. Yeah, interesting note, like I mentioned in the previous game, originally they were going to do Maverick Hunter remake of all of the Mega Man X games, but it didn't get enough sales for that to be seen as a viable strategy, so the rest of the games were left unconverted. I would have really loved to have seen where the series could have gone with that. Also makes me sad because X3 may have had a bit and bite mode, which would have just been awesome. But, yeah, like I said, it's been many years since I've played X2, so I don't remember, like, where any items are. I couldn't even tell you what any of the bosses are. I just know that it happens, like in the intro said, 6 months after the Battle of Sigma. Also, the charge shot seems surprisingly quick. That's not taking much time at all to hit full charge. There's the old life upgrades that I'm used to. I spent a lot of time when I was young playing X and X3. It wasn't until years later that I got a copy of X2 and X4, and then a friend of mine gave me his copy of X5. And I have not actually played X6, 7, or 8. I've been putting them off, waiting for the day that I actually went back and replayed all the X games, which is literally this. Okay, that's gonna need fixing. 1 second. Okay, I don't have options. I'll have to deal with that for this video. I want to put the dash back to the button I'm used to it being. the heck is that? Okay, I don't quite know what's going on there. Go away. Oh, it's an assembly line station. Now I want to watch and see what it does. It's gonna put a propeller on it. I knew it. No. No. Good lord, why are there so many of you? Go away! There we go. Yeah, now they fixed it to where you hold down the dash button and jump, and you get an automatic wall jump. I mean, a dash jump off the wall. Which was a... Oh, crud! Okay, that section right there is vaguely familiar. I tend to remember it in games because I'm a fan of the whole wall crush sections. Design-wise, they're always interesting to me. Oh, there's something I haven't seen in a while. When you pick up health boosts while you're healing, the world freezes. Slightly interesting. Ooh! Hello, giant robot that I don't want to deal with. There's the big health bars I'm used to. Ow. I keep hitting the dash button that's not existent because I'm gonna die. Gonna die. Gonna die. Gonna die. Yep, gonna die. I'm halfway crippled without the dash because I'm not good at using the it's set to use the circle key for dashing, and I have played more of the Mega Man Zero games more recently in time, so I'm used to using the shoulder button to dash. So wow, that thing takes large amounts of damage. Dang it. Quit dodging me. Bah! You explode now. Boom. This is their leader. His name is Megaman X. If you look on the, I don't know if it's showing up in the recording. On mine, there's a slight flicker going on with the orb that X is in. Yeah, now it's showing up on the recording. That's a holdover from... It seems to be an issue in emulation when you have transparency that involves objects flickering. Sometimes the frames don't line up properly and the object will completely turn invisible. Or they won't layer properly. The Super Nintendo and Game Boy Advance emulators also have that problem, and yes, I physically own a Game Boy Advance and a Super Nintendo. For anyone out there that might be bothered by my usage of emulation, I legally own those systems. Moving on. Violin. Violin. Are you vile after a gender bending accident? Violin. Those who underestimated him are now nothing but scrap. Agile. We won't make the same mistake. I like that his text flies by faster and his name is Agile. He is powerful, but he is blind to what is happening around him. Sergeys. I imagine him to be Russian for some reason. Our Mavericks will keep him busy until we are ready. Yes, how's the plan proceeding? Collection is proceeding as scheduled. However, I'm going to wait for it to write before I start reading. However, we are having problems with the control chip. We have little time. We must finish construction on schedule. We must hurry. Yes, Agile. Of course you're going to hurry. And the age of passwords. Which memory, Scott? I don't think. Okay, there we go. The collection version adds the ability to use both. Well, the passwords are from the original, and the ability to use save slot. Interesting note about the original Mega Man game, and certain other games in the NES era, its usage of passwords predated the ability of games to maintain a save state for those not from that time period or that didn't play games back then. People were very prone to write down all the passwords. There were people that would plug in, brute force their way and figure out all the passwords. You can sometimes find some broken passwords. There are some X3 passwords that on the Super Nintendo will give you 2 out of 3 of certain item that you're only supposed to be able to have 1 of 3 of, and kind of mess with some stuff. Certain codes that unintentionally have effects. Later games, namely the Zelda franchise, added a small battery in the cartridge and gave the cartridge the ability to save games, which revolutionized the ability of games to actually contain save data. Imagine playing, something like Skyrim now and having a 300-digit password you have to put in to resume your save. Because the more complex the game is, the more digits the password needs to know where you are, what you've done, what flags to set, and numerous other things. In Mega Man games, it's pretty simple. It's which levels have they beat and what upgrades have they picked up. That's pretty much it. Moving on. Save. Yes. Yes. Oh, it's going to complain that it's corrupted because it's emulator and it's never been formatted, and I hope that doesn't break anything. Okay, there we go. Return to the game. Okay, you can see the flickering effect going on there pretty badly. I apologize for that. Wire sponge. Oh, I'm sorry, sponge. Anyway, I'm going to do like I did in Mega Man X and break the videos up by levels. So that was the intro level. So, next time, I don't know who I'm going to fight. I guess, let's see what the names are. Wire Sponge, Morph Moth, X, Flame Stag, Magna Centipede. I'm intrigued by Magna, Magnetics, Overdrive Ostrich, Bubble Crash. I feel like I have bad memories of that level. I think that's one where you're on a motorbike, and it's kind of like that one level of Battletoads that everyone complains about. Wheel Gator. Crystal Snake. I know where I'm going. The fox is going to the Cave of Shiny Things. So next time, Crystal Snail. See you next time.